Ilorin, Nigeria. Okay, so maybe this one is post office. Taiwo. And this one is okay, Unilorin. So when we have this and we want to separate Tanke from Ilorin from Nigeria, so this one, so you just need to we highlight it like this, okay, and go to test to colon, okay, then next. So the delimiter is comma, so we tick comma, okay, next, okay, then finish. So that is how to separate, how to split a column into two or more columns. So this one, you can maybe this one will be street. So city and country. Okay. So then opposite of it is if I want to join three columns, maybe you want to join them. We have it in three columns like this. We have street, city, and country. And you want to join all the three columns. You want to join them together to have just one column. So that is joining at two or three columns together. So by using concatenation. So we use concatenation to do that. So we do that in advanced function. So using concatenate. But let me just show you. So let's say you want to join the three column. So you just have maybe address. So you have equals to concat into bracket E2, okay, comma F2, comma G2. Okay, so when you have this, so press enter. Okay, it joined them. Instead, we suppose this one is the opposite of splitting column into different columns. So when you have two or more columns, you can join them together to have just one column. So by using this function, concat. But if you look at this one, it is not giving us the original values we have before. What we have before is street, comma city, comma country. That is, we have comma in between. So this one just join all of them together. So if I want to achieve that, what you just need to do is to have a space in between each column. Now you have E2, comma, then you have space here. So when you have this double quote, you have double quote, then you put space in between, then comma. Okay, what we want to achieve is to use a comma to separate it. Okay, so you have a double quote, then you put comma inside that double quote, then followed by this, then put comma. Okay, when you have this, you just click on this mark, enter. Okay, we have error. Okay, wait, comma. Okay, so you have this one, there should be comma. Okay, then comma. I don't know if you got it, because we want to add a comma to in between this value, that's Tanke, Ilorin, Nigeria. So you have to use comma in between. So that is what I did now. So you have E2, comma, then the comma that we followed Ilorin, so this is it. Then comma F2, comma that we follow okay, the comma that we followed our first value, which is Tanke. This is it. Okay, then followed by another comma. Okay, so that is how to get our value back. So using concat, we call it a concatenation. So that is that on splitting column into different columns. So if your column contain a special character, maybe one character, so your delimiter will be that character. Like now, if the values are separated with hyphen, so that means you are going to specify hyphen when you are splitting the columns. So that is how to separate columns. Now, the next one, okay. Okay, data validation. So data validation. So we use data validation to validate the values that our cell we accept. So we use it to control the type of data or values that a user can enter into a cell. So it helps maintain data integrity by ensuring that only specific data is allowed. So we use data validation for restriction. So now, if I want to validate a particular column, so you can do that. Let's use another cell. So maybe I want to validate this particular column, that this column we only accept the specified values that we use. Now, to do that, we go to validation under data. So click on validation. Okay. So allow any value. No. So we want this column to allow O number. So click on O number. Then you can also specify the range. Okay. Maybe what we want is between 1 and 100. As I explained last class, that if you are working with a student student result, so the score can only be in between 1 and 100. So if you are trying to enter anything below or anything above 100, so it won't accept it. So if you are trying to enter anything below 1, it won't accept it. And if you are trying to enter anything above 100, it will not accept it. So if you click on OK, now, so let's say if you enter 50 here, so it will accept it. So if you enter 101, can you see that? You input the content. Okay, you input the content does not conform to the constraint. So 101. So it won't accept this. So you have to enter the number that is in between the range. Okay. So if you are trying to enter minus 4, can you see that? So that is what we call a data validation, to validate your cell, to control the value that your cell will accept. So that is data validation. Then another thing is that you can specify the message input, the message error message. For example, let's say I enter 0. So this error input now, you can specify the message you want it to display. Okay, to do that, so go back to validation. Okay, now error alert. Okay, error alert. So you can have maybe give it a title, maybe column 1 error message. So you can now specify the error message you want. So you have to enter values between 1 and 100. Okay, so click on OK. So if you are trying to enter any values that is not in the range, that is beyond the range, or that is not up to range, can you see column 1 error message? So you have to enter values between 1 and 100. So we use this error message, the custom error message, so that the user will know where the problem is. So since you have the custom error message, the user that's entering the data will know that, okay, I have to enter the values that is between 1 and 100. But if you don't use a custom error message, so it will just show the default message for you. So the user will not know where the problem is. So, but if you have a custom error message for individual column, so it will guide the user that is entering data in that sheet, that okay, this is what I'm supposed to do. So that is a purpose of using a custom error message. Now, so that is data validation. Then apart from using okay, that is numeric. So you can also specify another text, another type. So instead of using numeric for the validation, you can also use a text. So when you go to validation settings, so if you want to use, okay, let's say we want to use a list, for example. Okay, so let's use list. So for the list, so you have to maybe we want to use gender, the column, we want to use it for gender. Okay, so click on it. So can you see? So we have male. So if you want to add more, so you go to insert drop down. Okay, so you click on this plus icon, female. Okay, so let's apply it. Can you see? Male. So it means in this particular column, so you cannot enter any values there. You have to select. So that is you have restricted the column to be a list. So you cannot enter values into that column. You can only select. So that is validation with list, using list. So whatever you want to, so if the user want to enter value in this column, so the user will select from the list, not that you just enter any value there. So that is that on data validation. Although we also have some other other features there. Apart from our whole number, we have a decimal. If I want the column to accept only decimal point value, or if I want the column to accept only date, so we set it to be to accept only date. If it is time, text length, then you can also you can set your column to accept a particular set of the text length. That is, if you don't want a user to enter more than 10 characters into that column, so it only accepts 10 characters. So if it is more than that, it won't accept it. So that is that on data validation. So you can also check the note, so, and follow the guidelines there. So you can follow the guidelines to do other data validations. So you can display, okay, we have done custom error messages. So we have done that. Okay. So the next one is conditional formatting. Conditional formatting. So conditional formatting in Excel allows you to apply specific formatting, such as a color, bold text, or icons. So we use our conditional formatting to specify a certain values, some set of values are based on conditions that, okay, it should give those values that are more than 100, you give them particular colors, maybe red color or yellow color, so that you know that, okay, these values they are more than 100, or they are more than a certain value. So that is conditional formatting. For example, okay, I want to show if you are working with student results. So you want to format those are score that belongs to excellent. Okay, any value that is in between 70 and 100. So they should be in green color, or in background color of maybe a green background color, so that you know that, okay, those that are excellent values. So they are what? They are in a particular format. So that is what we use our conditional formatting for. So now let's check this data set. Let's copy this data set to show how conditional formatting works. Okay. So when we have this, okay, now you can format salary. Okay, that, okay, maybe I want to format employee column that earn more than 50,000. So you can use conditional formatting for it. Okay, now, so to do that, okay, you go to conditional formatting under home tab. Okay, and highlight cell rules. So you select greater than or less than. So you now specify the values that you want to use for conditional formatting. Now, if we highlight, okay, let's highlight this as salary. Okay, then I go to home tab. Under home tab, okay, I want to drag. Okay, so you will see conditional formatting here. So I like cell rows. So we have different rows here: greater than, less than, between. So let's use greater than first. Okay. So if I want to format a certain values that are greater than 60,000, okay. So you now select the format you want to use. So they should be in light red, filled with what? Dark red text. So any value that are greater than 60, so they should be in this format. So when you click on OK, so it's going to highlight 70 and 80, but they are the one that's greater than 60. Okay. So although we are not supposed to select salary at the header with it, so let's select the values we have under salary. So go back to conditional formatting, greater than. So let's use another values instead of 60. Okay, let's use 40,000. Okay, so and let's pick another format. Okay, yellow. So can you see that? Okay. So it's going to format values that are what? That are greater than 40. So you can also do, instead of greater than, you can also use less than. So conditional formatting. Okay. Less than. So less than 60. Okay. Click on OK. So can you see that? So it it's selected. We have 14 and 50. So they are the one that less than 60. So they are in what? Red background and red text color. So that is how conditional formatting works. So you can also use another features using bars. So but this one